All right, it's time to get some lights up because it's beautiful, but I was hoping the cars would stop so you could hear in the distance the train, which again, I've gotten on Google Maps. It's about 2.5 miles as the crow flies, but it's in northern Kentucky and we can hear it here. Too many cars though. Don't you love the dead things? Well, I'm doing some leaves, and I got the one first set of lights up that I wanted to get up. I'm going to have to wait on my son to do the other part of the roof. But probably want the sun to warm the roof a little bit more before he does that anyway. And I have to sing at 2 o'clock. A quick caroling gig, less than an hour probably. So yeah, but I wanted to show you from back there that almost all the leaves are now off of the big old oak out front. So should be about done with the whole leaf process. God willing and the creek don't rise. Well, we're so far, because I don't have time to completely finish, keeping our modern earth art but with the leaves. I'm hoping after the caroling gig I can get all this raked at least to the back part of the yard. Fingers crossed. Kid is not on the roof yet, but that's okay. Okay. You need it. How long is it? Pardon me. Okay. Check this thing out. That is freaking cool, man. Pardon my freaking. Woohoo! Woohoo! I mean, this is over and above your average corporate decoration scheme.
So that's a thought for next year. Every year she's trying to add something.
Walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snow.
Well, that was the other thing I wanted to get done today. I would have liked to have gotten some more work on the leaves done, but I didn't. But I did get those two things up. Waiting at a traffic light. Good morning. It is Sunday. Got church, 2 caroling gigs. That's about it. First caroling gig is in the middle of the afternoon. Second caroling gig in the evening. Both of them 2 hours, as one would expect, although yesterday's gig was like 45 minutes. And you saw all the video from that. Holy cow. All right, hope you make your day what you want your day to be. That's all I got. Actually, that's not all I got. I was just reading, I got up early just because I woke up before the alarm clock and decided, 20 minutes, I might as well just get up. So, which of course made my wife like, oh, you have to be there early today? I'm like, no, I just woke up. And you're like rushing to get ready. I'm like, I am moving in slow motion. But I was on Facebook and somebody put in one of the groups the thing about one of our locations, Hyde Park Square, near and dear to my heart because it was the square, on the street literally that I grew up on. And this big, unbelievable proposed development for it, which is, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. By like any stretch of the imagination about responsible development and any kind of planning with regard to a historic anything or
like current zoning laws, it's ridiculous. I'm here to predict that it's going to go through, because the people that are deciding these things, they don't care about people that are interested in preserving anything. You know, they're interested in progress. They're interested in money, is what they're interested in. It's interesting. The only reason I bring it up is because we spent last evening at the apartment condo townhouse. I don't know how to describe it. Home of some friends who live on that square. They live on Hyde Park Square in a building that was built, you know, as now a 20-year-old version of this kind of progress. The site had been at one point the site of a Shell gas station, and when that closed, you know, they shot up this 4-story with Lululemon and a yoga studio on the ground floor, and it doesn't fit in with the physical character of the rest of the building. And listen, that if you're okay with that, then you know, that's what's going to happen. And I don't know about where you live, but it's almost like our city is aggressively pursuing the tear down and rebuild of things to completely change the character of the city. And it is LEED certified, and they're all square, and they're all boring, and they are not in any way stretch of anyone's imagination beautiful, as I've mentioned before. Yeah, there you go. Because you know, we can charge, as one poster put in the comments of this particular Facebook post, that nearby they tore down a bunch of stuff and put up these faceless, ugly boxes. You know, and it's all about, you know, the developer spiel, much like behind my house, is always about what the affordability is going to be like, and it's going to be this. But then when they actually do it, it's much more expensive than they said it was going to be when they proposed the bill. And so those apartments start at like $4,000 a month. Who can afford $4,000? Nobody. No, I don't know who's paying $4,000 a month for apartments. I don't know. The children of rich Cincinnatians, I guess. To provide a little context, though, you have to understand what market values and what the cost of living is like in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I don't have any facts or figures or numbers in my head. So if you live in a big city, or God forbid, if you are an international person watching this video, you might think $4,000 a month. Well, that's city living. These are not city living places. They are in neighborhoods and in suburbs, and that the cost of living in Cincinnati and the salaries in Cincinnati don't support that. They just don't. It is outrageous. It was outrageous enough that when my son was just recently looking to move out and looking for an apartment or some place that he could rent that had, you know, like garage space, because he's got, you know, 2 vehicles and you know, just enough space or whatever, he was looking at $1,800 to $1,900 a month, and some of those were like it was like a house with a garage, and we're like, that's a mortgage payment in Cincinnati, Ohio, $1,900 a month. So $1,900 even as a rent was like, we were like, no, let's start looking for real estates for you to buy, because if something happens and your situation changes, that house will sell in the price range where you're paying $1,900 a month. And so the fact that they're throwing up things that are $4,000 per unit that are essentially apartment buildings, I don't know how they're finding renters. I just don't know. It must be working, but it's not what they pitch, right? They pitch that they'll be they don't always say affordable housing, but the idea is that it will be quasi-affordable when they build these things, when they tear down existing rental properties and put up one of these, and then they start charging over twice what the units were going for before. I don't know, but what all of this to say is, and I don't get political on this channel, but this is, you get what you vote for. The people that have been voted in the city of Cincinnati City Council, they don't care. They don't care about the historic nature of Hyde Park Square. In fact, most of them probably are actively like, good, you know, there you go, Hyde Parkians. You know, you and your quaint notions of how your square should look like with its historic fountain and its historic stores. Yeah, whatever. They don't care. They actually actively dislike those notions and are working to undermine them. You get what you vote for. Well, that's large. We're on the approach. You get some of it. Oh, sure, why not? I've already made this video so long that it's going to have to be a one-day long video. So, zoom.
The next day.
Yeah, here we go. The approach from the other direction. Actually, I had a little time to kill, so I wanted to go just check out the neighborhood. Christmas lights. Last church meeting of the year. I'm so excited. At least it better be the last church meeting of the year. All right, here we go.